Dear students, welcome to the today's chemistry class. So in the last class we discussed the applications of adsorption. So in this class, let us discuss catalyst. Catalyst. Catalyst is a chemical substance which alters or which accelerates the rate of reaction without undergoing any chemical change, either in its mass or in its chemical combination. So the phenomenon is called as catalysis. So that is, catalyst is a chemical substance which alters or which accelerates the rate of reaction without undergoing any chemical change, either in its mass or in its chemical combination. Is called as catalyst, and the phenomenon is known as catalysis. So we have two types of catalyst. So we have two types of catalyst. So that is positive catalyst. Positive catalyst, and second one is negative catalyst. Positive catalyst and negative catalyst are the two types of catalyst. So here, if we come to the positive catalyst, so positive catalyst is nothing but the catalyst which increases the rate of reaction. So that is, positive catalyst is a catalyst which increases the rate of reaction. So that means when we add a positive catalyst, then the rate of reaction increases. Example, if we take decomposition of potassium chlorate. So if we take potassium chlorate and strongly heated, then potassium chlorate is slowly decomposes to potassium chloride and oxygen gas. So this is a slow reaction. So that means without using the catalyst, decomposition of potassium chlorate takes place slowly to form potassium chloride and oxygen. But when we use small amount of manganese dioxide as a catalyst, then the rate of decomposition increases. So that is why manganese dioxide here acts as a positive catalyst. So that is, positive catalyst is nothing but the catalyst which increases the rate of reaction. Example, the decomposition of potassium chlorate increases by using the catalyst manganese dioxide. So it acts as manganese dioxide acts as a positive catalyst for the decomposition of potassium chlorate. And second one, if we come to the negative catalyst is the catalyst which decreases the rate of reaction. The catalyst which decreases the rate of reaction. The catalyst which decreases the rate of reaction is called as negative catalyst. Suppose if we take decomposition of hydrogen peroxide, when we expose it to the sunlight, it decomposes to form water with the liberation of oxygen gas. So this decomposition of hydrogen peroxide can be retarded by using the negative catalyst called as glycerol or H2SO4. So if we had H2SO4 or glycerol, then the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide decreases. So here glycerol or sulfuric acid acts as a negative catalyst. So it is so glycerol and sulfuric acid decreases the rate of decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. And next, if we come to the catalytic promoters, catalytic promoters. Catalytic promoters, or simply we can call it as promoter. So here promoter is nothing but a chemical substance which increases the activity of catalyst or which increases the efficiency of catalyst. So it means for a particular reaction, if you use a particular catalyst, then promoter, another substance which increases the activity of the catalyst or efficiency of the catalyst. Suppose if we take example, synthesis of ammonia by Haber's process. So it is N2 gas plus 3H2 gas gives rise to 2NH3. So here ammonia is manufactured from nitrogen and hydrogen. This process is called as Haber's process. Haber's process. So in this Haber's process of manufacturing of ammonia, we can use iron or iron oxide Fe2O3 as catalyst. To increase the rate of this reaction, promoter molybdenum is used. So for the synthesis of ammonia by Haber's process, if iron or iron oxide acts as catalyst, then molybdenum acts as a promoter. So this molybdenum promoter increases the efficiency of the catalyst, so that more amount of product is obtained in Haber's process. So this promoter is a chemical substance which increases the efficiency or activity of the catalyst. And once again, second example, if we take synthesis of methanol from CO and H2 gas, from carbon monoxide and hydrogen gas, methanol, CH3OH, methanol is prepared. For this methanol preparation, if zinc oxide acts as catalyst, then chromium trioxide Cr2O3 acts as a promoter. Now using Cr2O3 increases the efficiency of zinc oxide catalyst, so that rate of reaction increases. So promoter is nothing but a chemical substance which increases the efficiency or activity of the catalyst in the chemical reaction. Next, we come to the catalytic poisons. Once again, catalytic poisons are the chemical substances which decreases the efficiency or activity of the catalyst or totally destroys the catalyst in the chemical reaction. So poisons are the chemical substances which decreases the efficiency of the catalyst in the reaction or which totally destroys the chemical reaction and the catalyst. So example, suppose if you take during the preparation of sulfur trioxide by sulfur dioxide and oxygen gas, that is during the manufacture of sulfur trioxide by the oxidation of sulfur dioxide in oxygen. So if platinum or vanadium pentoxide. If platinum or vanadium pentoxide is acts as a catalyst, then dust particles or arsenic trioxide is acts as a poison, catalytic poison. So that means catalytic poison is a chemical substance which decreases the efficiency of the catalyst or which completely destroys so the activity of the catalyst and chemical reaction. So if you take example in the manufacture of sulfur trioxide, by the oxidation of sulfur dioxide in the presence of oxygen, platinum or vanadium pentoxide is acts as a catalyst, and the dust particles or so arsenic trioxide particles acts as a poison. Presence of these dust particles or presence of these catalytic poisons so in the chemical reaction so destroys the efficiency or activity of the catalyst. Okay, next come to the active centers. Active centers. We know very well adsorbent or solid surface is may be smooth or rough because on the surface of the solid, so consider this is the solid surface, so this surface may be smooth or rough depending on the nature of the adsorbent. So the surface of the solid is rough. Suppose if we consider, that means the surface may consist of some peaks, some pores or cavities, some edges, some cracks, some etc. edges, cracks, peaks, some valencies, etc. So these cracks, peaks, edges, scratches, small pores present on the surface of a solid are called as active centers. Active centers. Presence of these active centers increases the rate or extent of adsorption. ಒಂದು solid surface ಮೇಲೆ number of pores ಅಥವಾ cavities ಅಥವಾ peaks ಅಥವಾ scratches ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ gas molecules ಅಥವಾ solute particles from the solutions get absorbed more on the surface. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಆ active centers ಅಲ್ಲಿ gas molecules ಅಥವಾ solute molecules from the solution ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು adsorption ಆಗ್ತವೆ. So that generally powdered form of solid surface or powdered form of adsorbent increases the rate of adsorption, because whenever the solid adsorbent is get powdered, finely powdered, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಪೌಡರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಸ್, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾವಿಟೀಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆಂತಂದರೆ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಪೌಡರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸು ಅಥವಾ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ನಾವು ಅಲೋ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಾಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ increases. That means active centers are nothing but cavities, small pores or peaks or scratches or edges present on the adsorbent or solid surface are called as active centers. Presence of number of active centers increases the rate of adsorption. And once again, if we come to the types of catalysis. Catalysis. So already we discussed catalyst is nothing but a chemical substance which alters or which accelerates the rate of chemical reaction without undergoing any chemical change either in its mass or in its chemical combination, and the phenomena is called as catalysis. So if we come to the types of catalysis, first one we have homogeneous catalysis. So homogeneous, the word homogeneous is nothing but same medium. So, catalysis, homogeneous catalysis is nothing but the catalysis or the chemical reaction in which the reactants and catalyst are in the same physical state. So that means the reactants and the catalyst are in the same physical state or physical phase is called homogeneous catalysis. The reactants and the catalyst are in the same physical state is called as homogeneous catalysis. Suppose, take example, oxidation. Example is oxidation of sulfur dioxide to form sulfur trioxide. Oxidation of sulfur dioxide to form sulfur trioxide involves the catalyst nitric oxide. So that means 2SO2 gas plus O2 gas gives rise to 2SO3. So for this reaction, for this oxidation of sulfur dioxide to form sulfur trioxide, so nitric oxide NO, nitric oxide gas is used as catalyst. Now the catalyst for this reaction, nitric oxide is in the physical state gas, and the reactants sulfur dioxide and oxygen are in gaseous state. So that this reaction is example for homogeneous catalysis. So that is reactants sulfur dioxide and oxygen, catalyst nitric oxide, both are in so the same state, same physical state. So the reactants and the catalyst are in the same physical state is called as homogeneous catalysis. So take another example for homogeneous catalysis. Example 2, hydrolysis of methyl acetate is catalyzed by dilute HCl or dilute H2SO4. So that means hydrolysis of methyl acetate is catalyzed by dilute sulfuric acid or dilute HCl. Is once again example for homogeneous catalyst. Let us take methyl acetate CH3 COO CH3. Methyl acetate is in liquid form. When it is added to water, hydrolysis takes place in the presence of dilute HCl or dilute H2SO4. So dilute H2SO4 or dilute HCl gives H plus ions. Now hydrolysis takes place to form CH3COOH aqueous plus CH3OH aqueous. So that means once again dilute HCl or dilute H2SO4 are in liquid state and the reactants methyl acetate and water are in liquid state. So hence this is the example for homogeneous catalysis also. And once again, if we take third example for homogeneous catalysis, third example, hydrolysis of sucrose. Hydrolysis of sucrose is catalyzed by dilute H2SO4. Hydrolysis of sucrose is catalyzed by dilute sulfuric acid. Once again, this is the example for homogeneous catalysis. So it is sucrose C12 H22O11 plus H2O in the presence of catalytic dilute H2SO4 to give C6H12O6 plus C6H12O6 aqueous. So one unit is glucose, another unit is fructose. Both are in aqueous form, liquid form. Once again, hydrolysis of sucrose in the presence of dilute H2SO4 is an example for homogeneous catalysis. Okay, let's come to the second type of catalysis. Second type of catalysis, heterogeneous catalysis. Heterogeneous catalysis. Heterogeneous is nothing but a different medium. So that means heterogeneous catalysis is the catalytic reaction or the chemical reaction in which the reactant substances and the catalyst are in the different physical state. So in heterogeneous catalysis, the reactants and the catalyst are in the different physical state. So the chemical reaction or the catalysis in which the reactants and the catalyst are in the different physical phase or in the different physical state is called as heterogeneous catalysis. Example 1. Manufacture of ammonia by Haber's process is an example for heterogeneous catalysis. So that is N2 gas plus 3H2 gas gives rise to ammonia gas. So for this manufacture of ammonia by Haber's process, iron or iron oxide is used as catalyst. Now iron or iron oxide is the catalyst which is in solid physical state, but the reactants nitrogen are in gaseous state. So that means the reactants are in gaseous state. Catalyst, iron or iron oxide is in solid state. So that it is an example for heterogeneous catalysis. And second example for heterogeneous catalysis, oxidation of sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide. gas. So oxidation of sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide during the manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact process, we can use platinum or V2O5, vanadium pentoxide, as a catalyst. Now in this reaction, platinum and or vanadium pentoxide catalyst is in a solid state, and the reactants sulfur dioxide and oxygen are in gaseous state. Now once again, reactants and catalyst are in the different physical state. Hence it is an example for heterogeneous catalysis. And third example for heterogeneous catalysis, oxidation of ammonium. Oxidation of ammonia in Ostwald's process. So Ostwald's process can be used for the manufacture of nitric acid. So during the manufacture of nitric acid, the first step is oxidation of ammonia to nitric oxide. That is oxidation of ammonia. So ammonia, 4 molecules of ammonia is get oxidized to form 4 molecules of nitric oxide plus H2O. So here oxidation of ammonia to nitric oxide in Ostwald's process is catalyzed by a platinum gas. So this platinum gas is in solid state and the reactants are in gaseous state. Once again, so this is the example for heterogeneous catalysis. Totally heterogeneous catalysis is nothing but the catalytic reaction or the chemical reaction or the catalysis in which reactants and reactant and catalyst. The reactants and catalyst are in the different physical states. It's called as a heterogeneous catalysis.